Hello and welcome back to the Cynical Optimists. All the fun of eating cake without the calories. All the fun of eating cake. I am Phill.
And I am Nick.
And this week the topic will be consoles. I know that's rather broad, but don't worry, we've narrowed it down to a few of the key points. Now that we know that the NX is coming next year, the PlayStation 4 Neo is on its way, the Xbox One Slim, and the Project Scorpio. As that's the only way I can hear it.
Yeah, go back a few episodes if you don't know what we're talking about there.
Or watch early Simpsons.
Which you probably have.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we'll start off with the film and TV news. As
start where we normally do.
Yeah.
We won't shake it up. We're this far in. Phill, Suicide Squad.
Yes.
We're possibly doing an episode on it in a couple of weeks' time. It's actually been raised to a 15 rating in Britain. It was going to be... Well, it was predicted to be a 12A.
Yeah, because they usually... Even with films like that, they usually try and scrape in the 12A.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's the size of the audience they can get.
Exactly, yeah. I'm actually kind of happy about this, because I thought they were going to dial it down big time, because they were acting all... They were acting all tough, weren't they, in the trailers? They were like, oh, we've all got tattoos, and the Joker's a gangster, and we're violent, and the Joker's torturing people.
Is it PG-13 in America?
Something like that, yeah. So when they announced like it was possibly a 12, I was like, yeah, that kind of sucks. It's like when some kid on PlayStation Network like tries to talk like an adult.
Yeah.
And like, you what, mate? But no, it's good. So this is the third 15 rated Batman property we're going to get this year, which is quite exciting after the Ultimate Edition of Batman v Superman and The Killing Joke, which we'll also be doing an episode on.
That's next week's topic.
That's next week's topic, because we're seeing it on tomorrow, if you're watching this when it went live.
Today, if you're watching it when it went live.
Oh yeah, shit. That's Nick not knowing the schedule.
Yep.
So yeah, Suicide Squad, I'm looking forward to that. There's also been a couple new trailers, which we've seen this week. And you bet your ass it featured Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
And Ballroom Blitz, obviously.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, we're seeing pretty much the same clips, just reordered.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're doing the Guardians of the Galaxy thing of using quite
popular songs.
Popular old songs.
Yeah. I love the way they're just... It's now just a game of like where they'll start playing Bohemian Rhapsody within the trailer. It's like after which line it'll be like, stay away from the bars, darling, and then she'll be like, you don't know what you're doing. And then it'll be like, is this the real... Yeah. Something along those lines. But, no, regardless, I'm still looking forward to that film. Hopefully good.
Hopefully.
Within Batman stuff, there's been an announcement for Season 3 of Gotham, which is still a thing.
See, the only reviews I've ever seen... Like, I haven't read any, but it's just always not very good letters next to the episode. And I'm like, it's like C's and D's, and I'm like... It does put me off a little.
I mean, I've quite enjoyed it so far. The only reason I gave up because it became just a nightmare to watch, like in the UK, with no proper sort of networks. Or it's not as easy as like Marvel stuff, which just pumps it all out on Channel 4 or Netflix or something. Yeah. So I mean, I actually know Gotham was on Channel 5. I tell a lie, but I don't.
Who watches Channel 5?
Who watches Channel 5 exactly? Just as a disclaimer, there, people do watch Channel 5. We mean no offence to Channel 5.
I mean, you'd assume so, otherwise it had closed years ago.
But they bought the rights to Big Brother as well, so I discredit them. Yes, so guess which villain has been announced as one of the villains in Season 3 of Gotham?
Is it the Joker?
No.
Is it...
I'll give you a clue, it's everyone's favourite and the most famous.
Riddler?
No.
Everyone's favourite?
Yeah.
Everyone's favourite villain?
Yeah, the most famous Batman villain of them all.
More famous than the Joker?
Yeah.
The Penguin?
No.
He's already in it, isn't he?
Yeah.
Two-Face?
No.
Scarecrow?
No. Bean.
Okay,
I'll cut this one short. It's the Mad Hatter.
Oh yes, he's everyone's favourite.
The Mad Hatter. There was that cool moment in one of the Arkham games where you fight the Mad Hatter. Do you remember that? No. Okay.
He was also in Long Halloween.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
One chapter.
Yeah. Does he get... I don't know. No, he doesn't get killed.
No,
gets
he's
beaten.
just there with Scarecrow, isn't he? They're just kind of...
Oh, they're just chilling out.
Yeah, they're just kind of going about their merry way, and Batman stops them.
Oh, okay.
Bastard.
They're just chatting about hallucinogens and stuff.
Mm.
Hallucinogenics.
How do you hallucinate your victims?
Okay, this one I'm going to have to try and say in a kind of upbeat voice. The Emoji Movie. It's got a subtitle as well. It's the Emoji Movie : Express Yourself.
Not like Resurgence.
Yeah.
The Revenge.
Dawn of Justice.
Dawn of Winky Face.
So yeah, that's happening. TJ Miller has been announced to star, or voice, I presume. Yeah.
They're just making movies out of stuff with... I'm genuinely interested to see the plot of this and the Tetris movie, because there's literally nothing about them that
It's grim. Yeah.
any kind of story.
But they're doing Angry Birds, aren't they? That's happening.
Yeah, but at least Angry Bird... That's
There's
already, already been out.
And there's some kind of conflict in it as well.
In fact, that has a good amount of story in it, because it's very skeletal. Like, it's just got... Eggs get stolen by pigs.
Yeah.
Birds go to get them back.
There's a conflict.
There is a conflict, but there's no details, so you could fill in the details yourself without it being too much of a
I think you'll find you could
stretch.
You could fill a lot of details for the Emoji Movie. How did they end up on a phone? Do they talk to each other when you're not looking? Just
What made : capital P into : /?
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, I haven't got much more to say, but this is the news that the Emoji film has a name and a lead actor. I don't really have a word to describe this film. I just wished I could use some sort of symbol to represent my feelings.
I get it.
Yeah, all right. Maybe a Facebook Messenger sticker.
Oh god, those are terrible.
I got an idea for a cinematic universe as well. You could sort of join up the Social Network, Steve Jobs, the Emoji Movie, the Angry Birds movie, the Internship, the other Steve Jobs movie. Yeah.
Where is the through plot line?
Emojis.
And they all get together to fight.
No, like you can
Not
imagine
emojis.
in the Steve Jobs sequel, he's like opening his phone and he opens the keyboard and there's some emojis there and they're like, "We've ended up in this film," and then in the Internship. I don't know. This could happen. I would not be surprised, to be fair.
To be honest, I'd be even less surprised if it was the emojis versus the minions.
Brilliant.
That would be just...
Oh god, yeah, I didn't even think about the merchandising.
Yeah.
Oh god, no! This is another Frozen Minions wave of merchandise just thrown in our faces.
Don't worry, I hear you get half of it for free on your phone.
Ha! Brilliant. Last year when I went to Scotland, I literally, we were at the top of a mountain and I saw like a little Minion sticker just trod into the ground. Like, even on the fucking top of a mountain in Scotland, the Minions are still there. Just infesting everywhere. Ugh. So yeah, look forward to that, everyone. Skull Island.
Rise of Kong, isn't it?
Rise of... I don't know, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, because every film has to have a subtitle now.
Yeah.
Right, okay. No, we've seen a couple of pictures. We've seen a poster and a still. Features Tom Hiddleston in front of a giant skull.
Oh.
But King Kong isn't dead in it. It just implies there's more King Kongs, I guess.
Yeah.
And that he's the last King Kong. There's probably a species name, but I'm just going to call them all King Kongs.
King Kongus.
King Kong is... King Conkers.
King
Conkers.
I mean, I was trying to go for fake Latin. You're just going a bit odd.
Conkus.
Conkus.
You could do US instead of Conkers. That would be Latin, wouldn't it?
King Conkus.
Kingus Conkus.
Kingus Khan.
Let's stop. No, I say giant skull because this is actually the largest King Kong we've seen, apparently, according to the producers. So it's bigger than the last one. No, the reason why they're
Is
doing...
it going to be just as long? I don't think I'm willing to say
I don't
that.
think movie length is going to be the biggest, but in terms of the actual King Kong himself, he's going to be bloody massive. This is presumably the only reason they're doing this is because they're marrying up the legendary and Warner Brothers King Kong versus Godzilla universe to 2020, there's supposed to be the King Kong versus Godzilla film. And if he was like the normal size King Kong is, where he's like smaller, like he's like the top few levels of the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
But if he was fighting Godzilla, he'd just get trod on. It would be so instant.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you think about it, Godzilla was like above buildings.
Yeah.
King Kong was like just at the top of a building, and he was still not that massive. So that would be the shortest film in history, wouldn't it? Though.
Slap.
Yeah, exactly. Unless he built some sort of power armor like Batman, I'd watch that. And he's there doing like the tire pulling as well to like train. He makes some sort of.
Can you have like subtitles for his dialogue so he can still ask, "Do you bleed?"
No, that'd be great. But it's okay because both of their mums' names is Martha. So no, that's a universe. It's not confirmed, but apparently the new Indiana Jones films is going to be a universe. I wrote a blog post, by the way, on the Cynical Optimists blog page about cinematic universes, so go read that to hear my full opinions on that. Phill, just a quick follow-up. I'm including this purely for self-satisfaction. There was a second Planet Hulk storyline.
Ah.
So, have that.
And it was about lots of Hulks.
It was about lots of Hulks. It was during the Secret Wars. So, we can have Eric Bana and Edward Norton fighting Mark Ruffalo. Have that.
Didn't you say he was fighting Captain America, though, when you were telling me about this before we started recording?
But they've changed.
So
The Civil War, they changed slightly, didn't they?
It was still Captain America fighting Iron Man. So, it'd still be just as good with Chris Evans versus Mark Ruffalo and Edward Norton.
And Edward, yeah.
And Eric Bana.
Yeah, fine, that'll work. Yeah, that'd be good, actually. Many Hulks. Many Hulks.
How do you plan to defeat me? There's just 3 men here. That's our secret, Captain America. We're always all angry.
I kind of hated that moment in the Avengers.
It was a nice line, but it's one of those ones or it's a nice one-liner, but if you think about it, it's not as great.
No. And then he just punches that thing that was like 5 seconds away. Brilliant. Comic Con is happening, or would have happened, depending on when you're listening to this. Yeah, I'm not going to go into details on all of them because a lot happened, obviously, but we've got stuff like The Walking Dead, as well as the Netflix new series with Marvel. We got trailers for Luke Cage and Iron Fist for the first time, as well as a pretty cool teaser trailer for The Defenders. So, no, Iron Fist looks the coolest, though. I'm really looking forward to that. That looks super cool. Bit different to the... Because Luke Cage, again, it looks along the same lines as Jessica Jones and, to a certain extent, Daredevil. But Iron Fist kind of looks like a different vibe.
Yeah.
So, looking forward to that. And then The Defenders is going to team them all up. Possibly with Punisher as well. Which would be super cool. Oh, and I haven't written it here, but... you know, I just skipped a load of news. Why did I do that? Oh, because I went to the Batman news, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay, back to Star Wars, if I haven't mentioned it already. Alden Ehrenreich has been confirmed as the young Han Solo.
Okay.
It was heavily rumoured and it was pretty much given, but now it's been officially confirmed.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy about. It looks pretty cool. I like how it's not like an already big player. Otherwise, if it was like early rumours were Chris Pratt and stuff, you'd just see him as Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Or Star-Lord.
Or Andy Dwyer from Parks and Rec.
Or Jurassic World person.
No, I don't think anyone would remember that. It's a bit forgettable.
It is a bit. But no, I'm going to keep talking about Star Wars spin-off films, because Rogue One had a big panel at the Star Wars Celebration Europe. They revealed a new video which showed a load of behind-the-scenes stuff. It was a big featurette, basically. But spotted in the... I would do this as a wild card, but I think they've given up with the wild card. So.
What's a wild card?
Remember that, everyone?
No.
Because a certain character was recognised by his beard in the Rogue One footage. It's not confirmed, but it looked like Bail Organa.
Oh.
It looked like the same actor as well, Jimmy Smits. But this would properly connect the Disney films to the prequels for the first time. First genuine time that isn't just...
As opposed to what they're doing currently, which is... What prequels?
Yeah. I mean,
If there were prequels, they would be in the Battlefront game, and they're not. So, there's obviously no prequels. What's a Gungan? Doesn't even sound like a word.
But no, the links have been tenuous at best so far, because they've cast the same lady as Mon Mothma as Revenge of the Sith, except her scenes in Revenge of the Sith were deleted. So that doesn't connect to anything. You had a bit of Ewan McGregor in The Force Awakens. Literally, there's been no real connections to the prequels so far.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice that they're acknowledging it slightly by putting Bail Organa in it. But it wouldn't make sense if they got rid of Bail Organa, because he would have been there. Like, he's Leia's adopted dad, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, there you go. That's quite exciting. Did you also see, and I know the answer to this question because I showed you just before the podcast, but the intro to the Rogue One panel?
Yes.
You did, didn't you?
Because you showed me right before we started recording.
I certainly did. If you haven't seen it, just type in on YouTube or something, Rogue One opening Star Wars Celebration. It's the coolest thing ever. They start with the A New Hope opening titles, and it sort of glitches a bit, and then like one of the paragraphs where it says about the
ultimate weapon,
and that like a group went in to steal the plans and stuff. It freezes on that bit, and it kind of like centers itself, and it all glitches out, shows like quick images of the Death Star, and then it kind of like zooms through it, and it goes into the hopefully they'll use that for the actual film because it's fucking awesome. And if they do, and I see that in the cinema and stuff, I think I'm just going to implode. It's so cool. It's just like watching those opening credits is always exciting for a Star Wars film.
Yeah.
But to like see the original credits and then go in on a paragraph, that's genius. That's genius, Phil. That's the coolest thing ever. I was wondering how they'd open it, and now they should open it like that.
Yeah.
And that's so cool, because they mixed the original opening with a new quirky opening.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that, in case you couldn't tell.
Couldn't at all.
No. Right. Tenuous link time. Phil, did you see the newest Simpsons clip?
Of course not.
From series 20 million?
Series 28. I think it legitimately might be. That's sad.
It's a clip of Homer playing Pokemon Go.
Look, it's funny because he's doing it.
Yeah.
It's not funny. He's not making any kind of commentary on it.
No.
Or any kind of inversion or any kind of satire. It's funny because he's just doing it.
Actually,
right?
to be fair, I did kind of laugh a little bit at the clip because it was like him ignoring his kids, like at the zoo while playing Pokemon Go. Is that
an actual clip from an episode? I thought they just whipped it up as a promotional thing.
Possibly, I don't know. But The Simpsons is a TV show. Pokemon Go is a game.
I thought we were going to have a different tenuous link.
What was mine?
It was... I've forgotten that news now. Oh well. It's gone. Oh, Detective Pikachu.
Oh yeah, shit! Oh, completely fucking didn't even put that in my news.
It's fine, would you like me to take over?
Phil, take over.
Anyway, this is the tenuous link from my end. Is that due to the popularity of Pokemon Go, Legendary Pictures has now officially made its deal with the Pokemon Company to make a live-action Pokemon film, which will be based off the Detective Pikachu game, which I'm not sure has even launched in the West yet.
I've never heard of it. I'd never heard of it before this.
Basically, you're Pikachu and you go around solving mysteries. And, yes.
He's got a Sherlock Holmes hat, hasn't he?
Yeah, and when the game was originally announced, there was a fan video that was made. Did you see it? Where they put Danny DeVito lines over the trailer. Oh, you should look it up. It's real good, and it really makes me want Danny DeVito to be the voice of Detective Pikachu now.
Right.
Because it's just...
You can't put Danny DeVito in a video game movie. Oh, no, shit, I'm thinking of Bob Hoskins. Mario.
Yeah.
That was Mario Kart, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Why am I confusing Bob Hoskins with Danny DeVito? Completely write off that joke, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, you could just take it out if you want.
I'm not editing that out. I like to be shown as human occasionally. I get things wrong, except for the Planet Hulk thing.
Anyway, so yeah, that's in development now apparently. Or
Legendary Pictures. They did Warcraft, didn't we? We spoke about this, didn't we?
Yeah,
briefly.
And Warcraft got its very kind of medium reception.
They also did the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah, but so this could go either way. I think something with less lore will probably help them.
Mm.
And if they're literally just trying to make a movie out of a Pikachu being a detective, I would be very surprised if they didn't do it. Because it's such a simple concept and would make quite a fun movie with very little effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This seems like a weird approach for me. This isn't the film I would have wanted. I think
But
they should live action
if
Pokemon
live
the
action-
movie 1999 or whatever with like Mewtwo created by scientists and stuff.
This draws less comparison to the anime movies.
Yeah, I suppose.
It means they can test the water without having to be compared to the anime too much.
That's a good point. Well, why
So
don't they-
actually, it's probably a bit of a safer one.
True. I kind of want to see. I know it was good, but I kind of want to see like an updated version of that kind of cool storyline though with Team Rocket and stuff. I don't know. Some of I don't know. I think they should have gone down traditional story elements.
Who says they still won't?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
This might be the first of a Pokemon cinematic universe.
Or a Nintendo cinematic universe, all culminating in Super Smash Bros. The movie.
Wow. The Nintendo Cinematic Universe that started with the
Detective Pikachu movie.
no, that started with the Super Mario Brothers movie
Well, all the way
with
back.
Bob Hoskins
Yeah.
and not Danny DeVito.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
Sorted. Good. We can end the podcast now.
Yes.
We can finish. We've just
Our mission is done.
Yeah.
We must return to our planet. So yes, I'll be going to more Pokemon news, mostly in the form of Pokemon Go news. But the main story of the week, there's still not been too much news. But what gaming controversy has been reported on YouTube this week?
oh dear. Is it more CS:GO?
No. This is Oh, I'll let you guess.
Oh, I
Go on.
forgot. Torture me. Controversy.
Yes.
Gaming.
Yes.
Oh. Is it something to do with the CODs?
No.
Is it something to do with Halo?
No.
Is it something to do
It's not
with...
to do with a shooter.
Is it something to do with Pokemon?
No, the Pokemon Go news is next.
Is it something to do with Star Wars, the Clone Wars, Republic Heroes?
No, but go watch that on our channel. It's good.
Plug.
Like, no, this is
go
to
on.
do with Warner Brothers and Shadow of Mordor.
Huh.
This,
Well, that game that's been out for a while now.
yeah, this is from a little while ago, but basically it's. And I'm pretty sure this news came out a while ago. It's just kind of popped up on the feed again this week, and I'm not sure, not sure why it's become, or whether
You heard it here first.
whether it wasn't what I saw before. I saw it slightly different, but it was about YouTubers playing it. Now, what was what did Warner Brothers not disclose to people?
Did they, the creators of the game, did they, like, bet loads of money and win loads of money through Shadow of Mordor?
No.
And then did they, like, put a Let's Play series up not telling them that they were the creators of Shadow of Mordor?
No, although that last bit isn't entirely off base. It's, Warner Brothers paid YouTubers, including PewDiePie, to endorse the game. And a lot of the YouTubers and Warner Brothers didn't mention that they'd been paid to endorse the game.
Right.
PewDiePie, to his credit, has, but like any gaming controversy,
Yeah.
he is essentially the face of Let's Players on YouTube.
Yeah.
So his picture goes up in all the articles. He's actually made a video today kind of defending himself.
Sure.
Because he did actually disclose it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's not illegal for the YouTubers not to disclose it. It's illegal for Warner Brothers not to disclose it.
Huh.
That they were paying for this coverage.
Pretty much a sponsorship, isn't it?
Now, what was what, as a part of this deal, were YouTubers not allowed to do?
Fail at the game. Die.
What?
Slack the game off.
Yes.
Pretty
And
much, yeah.
Who else weren't they allowed to slag off?
Anything to do with Warner Brothers? Right,
Yep.
yeah, okay.
So essentially they had to...
That dumb scene
they
in The
weren't-
Hobbit where they're bouncing on barrels and they're in the water and there's fucking elves jumping around behind them and orcs are like firing at these fucking massive barrels and missing the dwarves inside them. and then the barrels like jump onto the side, and it like the fat one in the barrel like just takes out a load of orcs, and then it jumps back in the water, and they all survive somehow because that movie's fucking stupid.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to do anything like that.
Right. Okay.
Would you do it if a game company came to you and like, we'll give you our game for free and we'll pay you to promote it on your YouTube channel?
Fuck yeah, I'm a complete sellout.
To be honest, if it was a game that you liked anyway,
yeah, like Star Wars: The Clone Wars Republic Heroes,
then it wouldn't really be any trouble because you wouldn't.
Imagine if they paid us to play that.
I don't think anyone's paying for that.
Like the amount of times we've just like frozen in midair and then fallen down.
To be honest, I think we've said that game. We actually haven't slagged it off too much. We've said
we've enjoyed it actually.
We've enjoyed it.
It's dumb.
It's not terrible, but
No.
it's in no way good. I'm not sure if that counts as
It's pretty
not
dumb.
slagging it off.
Your computer tries to delete it every time you load it, but it's fun.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the news that Warner Bros. Were in trouble with the FTC for not disclosing endorsement deals with YouTubers. The YouTubers were not allowed to badmouth either Warner or Shadow of Mordor, and had to encourage people to visit a link in their description to buy the game. You don't have to worry about secret deals with Warner Brothers here at the Cynical Optimists though. They're not nearly popular enough for anything like that. Need more proof? Arkham Knight's PC port was an excusably broken pile of shit. There, the deal's broken. Anyway.
Can I also talk about the third Hobbit film where Thorin is fucking stood on that bit of ice and the pale orc is like sliding under the ice, and he decides to walk and follow him and then gets stabbed in the fucking foot because he kept like just to check whether the pale orc had drowned or not, and then he gets fucking killed because he's a dumb fuck.
Well, yeah, you can mention that if you want.
Yeah? Okay. No, I won't bother.
Anyway, next we are moving on to Pokemon Go news. Because that is still one of the most reported things, even this far in. Although it's probably starting to lose a bit of it. So
I haven't been on it quite as much as when I first got it. So.
Yeah, it's going to lose its initial momentum. It's going to require more updates for to stay up to date.
I've gotten to the point where, because it's so difficult to actually find the Pokemon, I just open the app occasionally, and if there's nothing nearby, I close it again.
Yeah. Well, there was news today, I don't have it written down, but somebody apparently has completed their Pokedex to the best of what they can do at the moment.
250, wow.
250?
Wow. Yeah, it's 250. It's Gen 2 in there as well.
No.
Yeah.
There is no Gen 2 in Pokemon Go at the moment.
I'm pretty sure there is, Phil. I'm pretty sure it's 250 at the moment.
No, it's 147 at the moment.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not even... Because the thing is, there are certain Pokemon which are suspected to be region locked.
Right.
As in, Mr.
Mewtwo.
Mime is meant to be Western Europe. Asia is meant to be far-fetched. And then Tauros, I believe, is America. For some reason. So this guy's American, so he hasn't got Farfetch, he hasn't got Mr. Mime, and the ones that also haven't appeared as of yet are Moltres, Articuno, Zapdos, Mew, and Mewtwo.
Right, what about...
So he's got all apart from those... Oh, and Ditto.
Really?
Yeah, Ditto hasn't been found yet.
Huh.
Although Ditto, based on... I was reading a comment just on an article, and there was somebody saying that based on the battle system as it is currently, when you're just tapping... Ditto usually has to transform and things like that. It might be a bit...
Maybe they've
technical
already
for
got
the early
Ditto
game.
and they don't realise it.
Maybe all of them are Dittos.
That's a good point.
Mm.
Imagine that if like suddenly you looked up at your phone and all of them were just Dittos. How fucked off would you be? you thought you had like Mewtwo's and fucking Charizard and everything, and you look at it and it's all just Dittos.
Yeah. Even the ones that have been evolving, it's just been a Ditto playing the long con. So yeah.
If Stephen Moffat wrote Pokemon.
Oh dear, it wouldn't have lasted as long.
No.
Yes, last week the Sydney Opera House hosted a Pokemon Go party.
Brilliant.
For people to come along, play Pokemon Go. It was quite a big venue, hopping on like the Pokemon Go.
They had strippers. They had a buffet.
I don't know if any of that's true. So there's that. There is Yelp has added a filter to let people know if a business has a Pokestop nearby.
Fantastic.
So you can go to a restaurant near a Pokestop if you'd like.
Brilliant, yeah.
Pokemon Go has more daily players than Candy Crush.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if that's consistent or whether that was just at its peak, like a few days ago.
Yeah.
But there's that, which is a pretty big deal. To be honest, I've never really played Candy Crush anyway.
Neither have I. I
Find
think
it a
my
bit-
mum does a lot.
Find it.
And my
I just
mum's
don't see the
friends.
point.
No.
Yeah. Also, King, from what I've heard, are not the nicest business to do work with.
No?
They tried to, copyright the words candy, I think, or saga,
Brilliant.
which was just a bit stupid, really.
Candy and Saga.
It was something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
Like, Candy Crush is actually a version of a game that someone else has made, that they made, and then tried to retroactively sue the original maker, and there's a whole lot of shit if you look into what King's done as a business, but I suppose all businesses probably have something shady about them nowadays. Yes, in California, 2 men fell off a cliff while playing Pokemon Go.
Great. Well, not for them, but fine. How does that even happen? I mean, I'm not, like, who is literally that fixed on their phone?
I don't know.
Jesus.
The mayor of Rio wants to bring Pokemon Go to Brazil in time for the Olympics.
Right.
Which, I suppose, considering it is this big global hit,
Yeah.
it's probably only natural.
Brilliant.
It might get people's minds off the doping scandals. As, like, the Russian one right now.
Cynical Optimists occasionally delving into political matters there.
I'm not even sure if that's politics, it's sport, which is even more unusual for us to delve into. Actual sport where you go outside and move your body. Who needs it? Yes, more people in the US are using Pokemon Go than Twitter, Netflix, and Spotify.
Not put together.
Yeah,
No, I do not believe that.
from what I've heard. It says, clicking on the link. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because I'm not sure how many people. More people are getting Pokemon Go than I think have Netflix or Spotify individually, definitely.
I don't know. I'm listening to Spotify and watching a film on Netflix right now as we speak, Phil. That's the reason why Phil is looking up, so I need to stall for a bit while Phil looks up a fact. Phil, what's the fact? The fact is that...
Oh, I think it is them separately, actually.
There we go.
Yeah. But still, though.
Because I'm tweeting while Netflixing and Spotifying right now.
And playing Pokemon Go.
And recording a podcast.
So actually, you're not changing any of the statistics. You're using all 4 at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
voting for all the parties.
That was political.
Yeah. But it was an analogy, so I don't think it matters.
Cynical Optimist analogy.
Nintendo filed a trademark for Pokemon Go in China.
Great.
So I might be getting a China release.
Okay.
So you might get...
I thought you were going to say then that that's a Chinese rip-off. Of
No,
Pokemon
that's the
Go.
thing. There's been... All those Chinese rip-offs for years was because of the... Like, the Chinese weren't allowing out external consoles into the country and things like that. So these rip-offs were made inside China to sell inside China.
Right.
So... But now that was lifted a few years ago. So now actual...
Yeah, I think I remember you
consoles-
saying they're quite expensive though now, aren't they, in China?
I think so. I think it might have been my news last year when it first got
Yeah.
lifted.
Go back to that.
I can't remember which episode.
Go back to all of last year and this year, and then
Marathon the series. It will only take you 18 hours.
and then comment of which episode you heard it in.
But yeah, so Pokemon Go in China, that'd be 1 billion extra users potentially.
Good point.
Yeah.
What, everyone in China,
Yeah.
as soon as they're born, they're just given a phone with Pokemon Go loaded onto it.
I mean, it's not as if they are about to reach 1 billion people. They don't need to give it to newborns. They have it over 1 billion already.
That's a good point. Statistics with Cynical Optimists.
This one is a news story, but I think it's a pretty obvious one. About shops that are Pokestops are, funny enough, getting more business.
Good.
I wonder why. I wonder why these shops are getting more business. But
I don't know. I think most people just go right outside the shop, swing, and then walk on, don't they?
well, the story was in particular in America about GameStops.
Yeah.
So possibly if you're playing
I
a
suppose,
game anyway,
yeah.
you might just pop in.
That's a good point.
Might catch more impulse buyers.
Very good point.
Because, I don't know, I don't go into game very often. I suppose if I went in more, I'd be more likely to see, like, oh, that's on deal. I mean, not very frequently, I'm very poor, but you can see the theory.
I'd look at a PS4 and be like, still not getting that. And then move on.
Yeah. And this last Pokemon Go story, I'm sure there's probably more, but these are all the ones I've got down. Did you hear about the Florida man who shot at 2 Pokemon Go players?
No.
They were sat in their car, and apparently he shot at them because he heard one of them say to the other, well, have you got anything? And thought it was like a drug deal going down.
And the first instinct is to shoot them.
He shot at them.
Right, okay.
So they were unharmed.
Jesus Christ.
But apparently, yeah, it was like, just shoot at them to scare them away.
America.
Yep. Yeah, so that's all my Pokemon Go news.
Good. Maybe a hierarchy from that. Not hierarchy? What am I talking about? Hiatus from Pokemon Go news maybe next week.
Maybe, if there is any other news. The thing is, I wouldn't do so much Pokemon Go news if the other news existed.
So
I believe we're
can
going
the
to
other
start
can the other game publishers start posting a bit more, please, and doing things?
I think there probably will be a bit less Pokemon Go and a bit more other news next week. Fingers crossed.
Good. Digimon Go.
Would not be surprised. Like, it's an app for smartwatches, and because it was the watches in Digimon that evolved them.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
I mean,
Digimon.
No one owned smartwatches.
Why did that completely die out?
It didn't really die out. I think it still stayed a thing in Japan. Digimon.
Right. Okay.
Like, it did have several series.
Because it was quite fun.
Yeah. It was one. I think it changed its main cast after a while, and I did different variations of series. But the original first 2, when it was like Agumon and things like that, are still the ones that everyone remembers.
Right. Yeah.
I think they're the most widely probably viewed as well.
Episode of Cynical Optimists in the future will be purely on Digimon.
Yeah, we could do that. We could rewatch like the first few episodes.
Yeah.
And then
just to spite the amount of Pokemon news.
Yeah, just to counteract.
Yeah. Everyone will be like, oh, yay, Pokemon. Oh, what's this? Digimon news?
Digimon? Digital monsters?
What the fuck is it? Let me click on this and listen to this podcast. Oh, these guys are great. I'm going to download them all.
What?
I don't know. These are the guys that revolutionised Digimon. Again.
What? Us?
Yeah.
Shut
up.
Okay.
Move on.
Yes, last week we reported on the NES Classic Edition, the mini NES console that was coming out.
Yeah.
With 30 games on it.
Yep.
It's been revealed that it will not be able to connect to the internet or read old cartridges, but this is not really surprising.
So the games that you get on it are the games you can have.
Yeah, there are 30 games on it.
That's it. Okay.
But considering it's going to be around 50 quid for 30 games.
That's a good point.
And it's going to be, quite small, HDMI.
Is it? Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm not surprised, but...
I might actually get one. That sounds quite fun.
Yeah, I might get one. You can get...
HDMI. I can plug it straight into my telly.
That's the thing.
Wow.
It comes with one controller, but I think a second controller is like less than 10 quid.
Yeah.
So yeah, get one.
Yeah, I'm getting that. That's a good 300 odd, 250 odd quid less than a PS3.
Yeah, and you get 30 games straight off the bat.
Sold.
That's coming out later this year. So yeah, but like I say, some people are like, "Oh, that's a deal breaker for me. Why can't it just connect to the eShop or something?" I was like, I don't want to pay for any more games.
No, no.
I'm quite happy to have the 30 big games.
Yeah, exactly. They're the 30 that people know, don't
and
they?
And there are people like, oh, well, I could just get a Raspberry Pi, turn it into an emulator, and download them all. And I was like,
you do that.
I was like,
you do that.
Do that if you want.
You fuck.
No. Considering this is quite a good way of re-releasing old games.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy to support it just as a...
It looks pretty cool as well, doesn't it?
It looks pretty cool, and if there is... The main reason I think, some people emulate, is that there is no way to play these games very easily anymore.
No.
And if there was a convenient little thing, 30 games,
plug and play,
plug and play.
Done.
Yeah, I think that's real good.
Sold.
Yeah.
You've convinced me to get a console this year, Phil.
Oh, wow.
You've done the impossible.
It's good. It's in our console episode as well. Maybe that should have been... Maybe I should have left that as a tenuous link.
Shit.
Oh,
Oh,
well.
fuck. Now I'm going to have to backtrack and say, oh, but maybe we should have a discussion, Phil, because I'm not totally convinced.
Don't worry. I've got 3 more stories and then we'll get into the discussion, finally.
Good.
So, yes. Star Wars Battlefront is getting DLC from Rogue One.
Oh.
I mean, are you surprised?
No.
Okay. Do you think it'll be good?
No.
No, me too.
I think it'll be a map.
A speedrunner beat Super Mario Bros. 3 in 2 seconds.
What? Really?
Yeah, I believe
That sounds like the claim I
some
made
kind-
about speedrunning a couple of weeks back.
apparently some kind of glitch, you just win immediately.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the next one is that the first episode of Batman's Telltale series comes out soon.
I saw this. There was an announcement trailer, wasn't there?
Yeah, and it's available for pre-order on Steam. I think it looks good.
It looks like a Telltale game.
Yeah, but I like the fact that it's Batman being a detective.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's a good point.
So
Well,
that's
they couldn't really do a big fighting mechanic with that kind of game, did they? So.
Well, I was watching one of the old episodes of Batman the Animated Series. You know, the real old one with Adam West as the voice of Batman.
Animated series
Animated series.
with Adam West.
Yeah,
Was that a thing?
I think so. I think that was Adam's voice. But you know...
Or Kevin? Was it Kevin? Conroy. Would have been Conroy, wouldn't it? Would have been Conroy was like this. Hey, Robin.
No, it's real old series.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyway, I was watching that today and he was being a bit more of a detective. He was like investigating a crime scene with his goggles on, things like that.
Wow.
It's good. It's
With
a good
his
side of
goggles.
Batman that's underrepresented at the moment.
It is.
Especially the bits in the game you get to play as Bruce Wayne. I think
Great.
that might be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of...
It's kind of actually why I quite like Gotham, is actually because young Bruce Wayne does actually do a bit of, not detecting, but they kind of got to rely on not having the big Batman punching people in the spine kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because he's like 12. So if he punched someone in the spine, it wouldn't do anything.
Hmm.
They'd just be like, what are you doing? And he'd be like, sorry. But it doesn't, because he's detecting instead.
Yeah.
And then he gets Alfred to punch people in the spine.
Okay. Cool.
So that's good.
So that's the end of the news, and we're getting onto the discussion on consoles. There's quite a bit of news this week, actually. After last week, we had very little.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Possibly because of Comic-Con and stuff like that. But anyway, consoles. They have been getting created for quite some time now, back from the Ataris to the Nintendos to the Segas, and now the modern day with the Nintendos and the Microsofts and the Sonys.
Brilliant.
What do you think is has been the best generation of all? Would you like me to go through the generations?
No. Of all what? Of all consoles?
Yeah, bear in mind, we're currently in the 8th or 9th.
I'm going to jump to whatever PS2 and Xbox.
Original.
Yeah.
And GameCube.
Yeah, that generation.
And Dreamcast.
Because that was my generation, and it was the best. Because it was the balance between graphics, not having fucking DLCs, wasting your wallet away, and it was good. It was still back in the multiplayer days as well. When I
Yeah.
say multiplayer, I mean split screen.
Yeah.
It was back in those days where you had a friend next to you.
Hmm.
Admittedly, Nintendo is still in that generation.
Yeah, they're getting better though.
Yeah. Well, no, I quite like it how it's still,
To be
you still
honest,
actually
like-
play with people.
Yes, it's nice living in a student house at the moment, having a
It
console.
would suck doing Smash without like people next to you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd just be a bit boring.
It would.
They'd be playing Smash online.
Yeah.
But you know,
Um,
like stuff like the silly games of Nintendo Land and stuff like that. It's quite nice, all of you being sat in the same room and Mario Kart and things.
Yeah.
It brings you all in like the same room together. Even like as students, mostly lays about anyway, but gives you like something because there's a lack of like big group multiplayer games.
Oh yeah, big time.
Whereas like on the Wii U, you can get Runbow, which is 9-player.
Because
Which is just ridiculous.
the biggest definition of gaming at the moment is sitting in a room by yourself with a headset on.
A little bit, but or it's sat going through like some kind of solo adventure or.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I do like a good solo adventure from time to time, but
Yeah.
there is a good social side to gaming. And the PS2 just had so many games as
Oh,
well.
PS2 was
Because the
bloody
development
amazing.
costs weren't very big either.
No. And I remember, even though the PS2 Slim kind of sucked, it was like, and the fan always overheated and stuff, it was like unbelievably sleek as well for the time. It's like thinner than, it's like a quarter of the size of like the newest gen, and it's like.
Well,
really
supposedly
old.
that's what they're doing with the Xbox One Slim, isn't it? To make it a bit less like an old VHS player and more like an old DVD player.
Correct.
Yeah. So, that brings me on to my next question. Is the current generation doing enough to be appealing?
Well, no.
Not to you.
Not to me. You've probably heard my thoughts on this in the past, but no, I'll be honest. It's there aren't enough games as full packages that are attracting me. Because even if I do see a game that I kind of like the look of, it's like, oh, here's the game. You get half of it, you get like a quarter of it now, and then you pay us loads of money, and then you connect to the internet, and then you download it for like 2 hours, and then you can have another bit of the game in a month or two time. So that's generally the gist with most stuff at the moment.
I mean, is it convincing you more towards the glorious PC gaming scene?
I tell you what, to a certain extent, yes, because I bought my laptop a few years back, and it was about 2 or 3 years old now, my laptop, and at the time I was presented with Windows 8. Ooh, and it had a touchscreen, and I was like, ooh, kind of want that. And then I had the choice between that and a better laptop with an actual separate graphics card. And I chose the touchscreen because I'm a gormless idiot who's, when dangled with technology, kind of just grabs it straight away. And I went for that, and now, a few years later, having not invested in the new generation of consoles, I'm like, why the fuck didn't I buy a laptop with a graphics card?
Yeah.
So my next computer, I'm definitely going to ensure I do get a good enough graphics card on.
Yeah.
So, yes, I am, to a certain extent, leaning more towards PC gaming.
Yeah, well, the thing is, what I've found is that it's something I agree between me and one of my other friends who I've chatted with several people. And the thing is, you can play about 99% of games with a good gaming PC and whatever Nintendo console there is, because Nintendo's big list of like exclusives and group games, and the majority of like single player and online multiplayer games come out on PC. So I'm kind of happy with my setup at the moment. I'm getting a new graphics card for my computer, which will mean I can run new games on high settings.
Plus, I am lazy, so I wouldn't ever bother building a computer.
Oh, I didn't build mine. I'm going to build my next one. But this one, to be honest, I didn't have the know-how, and I was a bit worried at the time that if I put the wrong thing in the wrong place, I'd waste a lot of money blowing up a computer.
Like sex? No, not like that.
No. Where would you even... I don't understand...
Shut up!
I don't understand. But yeah, after actually having because one of my housemates is a lot better with computers, so he opened up my computer and he kind of showed me how everything works. And I watched someone else build a computer now, so I'd do it now. It's basically big Lego.
Nice. I still wouldn't, because I'm still lazy, but...
It is cheaper.
Yeah.
Because I know you're lazy, but you're also cheap.
Yeah. That's a good point. He knows how to appeal to me.
I know how to flatter you. Now, the question is, Nick, are you cheap or lazy? Is that which one's more dominant in your system? You take offence to that, but you don't have the energy. Yeah, so I think PC and whatever Nintendo console, because then you get the majority. But that's possibly because I didn't grow up with Sony exclusives or Microsoft exclusives. But then I don't find their exclusives to be as good. Like, there's Sea of Thieves, which I'm interested in, from Xbox, and it has a few good games like Haddow, which I enjoy playing because my housemate has a Xbox One. But for the most part, for the games I personally want to play, they're usually on the PC or the Wii U. Yeah. Or I have a friend with the console, and I just...
You've seen the trailer for recently went up, No Man's Sky.
Oh yeah.
Is that exclusive to one of them?
That's got console exclusivity, I think.
Console exclusivity.
That means it's coming just to PS4, I think.
Okay.
But it's also coming to PC.
Oh, okay.
So if they ever say console exclusivity, it means it's coming to one console. If they ever say exclusivity...
okay. Right.
So that's how some of them try to spin it in a better light.
Right.
Like, you'll hear them in the press conferences be like, and it's a console exclusive.
Yeah.
which is
don't buy a PC,
code,
buy
which
on
is code
PS4.
for
Yeah.
we couldn't stop it from coming out on PC. Yeah.
So no, that looks kind of good. To be fair, that might be a game changer for me. But
one of my housemates has pre-ordered it, so
nice.
I'll
I'm a sucker for open. I'm a sucker for open world.
It's all like randomly generated planets and stuff. It looks like generally pretty cool.
It does, and as I said, open world just sexy.
So my next my next question for you is, what do you think of partial upgrades of consoles? As in, I'm talking
the mid-gens.
The mid-gens, like your DS Lites, your DSIs, your slim versions, your new 3DSs with the updated RAMs.
Do
you think
they are great?
You think they're good?
Because it means I can get the older version for cheaper.
So you don't mind having the older version? What if you'd bought the older version and the new version came out and was just substantially better?
Fuck no. Having said that, I bought a DSi because there was certain compatibility with. You could get there was a store, wasn't there?
Yeah, online.
Yeah, there was an online store, whereas the previous DS didn't. So that was kind of actually a selling point. If it's if it's a significant enough step, but I don't know if it's slightly faster, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
But as I said, it's great because it means I can get the older ones reduced price because they push down the value of the older ones, don't they?
Yeah.
So I'm actually looking forward to. I know this is probably going to be a topic in a minute, but the PlayStation 4 Neo, because hopefully that means I can get an old PS4 for way cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, part of me wants a new 3DS or new 3DS XL more specifically, just because it'll be slightly faster and it's got a second stick on it and things like that. But at the same time, it's not really worth the expense.
No.
And actually, this would mean doing the mid-gen stuff means that the 3DS has probably a few more good years in it.
Yeah.
So I won't have to. They wouldn't bring out a new handheld that I need to get because there'll be games that are completely exclusive to it. It's just a few games at the moment which don't really run very well on the original 3DS.
No.
One or two games have the exclusive to new 3DS just because of how much more power they need.
Yeah.
But there's games like Hyrule Warrior, which really should be, but Hyrule Warrior's Legends, which is the 3DS game.
Do you think they actually do need the more power?
Oh, this is what I'm getting onto. Hyrule Warrior's Legends doesn't have the exclusivity thing,
right? But
it should, because if you play it on a regular DS, it runs at about 10 frames per second, and has a terrible draw distance.
Huh.
So that's the thing.
It does make the difference then.
Yeah,
right.
It gives developers more to play with.
Yeah.
Binding of Isaac came to 3DS, but it could only come to the new 3DS because of the the extra power.
Sure.
Which I thought was weird because it's not really that complicated indie game. Binding of Isaac. It's
I do remember you talking about this, but I can't remember what this is.
It says basically a Zelda-esque dungeon game.
Huh.
So it's all 2D and everything, so it's not advanced 3D graphics, but it still needed the extra power boost.
Right, sure.
Yes, and would the idea that a more powerful mid-gen come along, would that put you off getting a console at launch?
No, I don't think so. Again, I never buy them, but I suppose the closest I can probably draw to this is iPhones.
Yeah.
When they do the S phones. I never bother with the S phones, like the 5S or the 6S. I go for the new generation because I know, in terms of actual form factor, it's going to last to get me over. Because I rarely need the extra power for anything.
Yeah.
I'm not that fussed about a couple of extra sort of features that make it a little bit faster or this and the other.
Yeah.
Something in fact, if anything, it's probably going to have more longevity. Going for the original, because then do you know what I mean? Because then you have a PS4 right from the beginning to right to the end.
Yeah.
For a matter of instance, whereas if you get the Neo, it's shorter time until it gets replaced by a brand new console.
Yeah, and
that's what would fuss me.
For parity, I think it's the word. To make them all equal.
Yeah.
A new game will have to run on the original PS4 anyway, even if the new one's more powerful.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it won't make any difference in that regard.
No.
I mean, you've got the 3DS where it's got 2 or 3 ones that are exclusive to new 3DS, but unless you absolutely wanted that game. It doesn't really make much difference to you. So yeah, that's what I want to ask. I think possibly a discussion for next series when we get slightly closer to the launch of the NX. Or possibly it'll be past the launch of the NX, actually, because that's next March. Possibly a good topic for then would be do one on launches in particular.
Sure.
Like launch titles and things like that.
Yeah.
So, just to end today, because this is actually a bit of a shorter discussion, which is good because it counteracts the long news.
Yeah.
The game to end. Pitch a console.
Oh, fuck.
It can be for an existing company, or you can make up your own company.
Right.
You can choose the gimmicks. You can say what the price will be.
Okay. I'm gonna... Okay, so I can choose the price.
Yeah.
Right.
But it has to be kind of realistic. You can't be like 4K graphics, 50 quid.
I'm a stingy fuck, but 150.
You think that's a good launch price for
That's the most I would spend, personally.
On a new console
Yeah.
at launch?
Yeah.
It's interesting, yeah.
But it uses... It's all plastic and cheap shit. I don't mind. HDMI. Obvs.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's...
Would you try and make it on par with current consoles? Now those parts are going to be a bit cheaper?
To a certain extent, yeah. I think I'd probably try and buy parts from like PC stuff.
Well, yeah, they usually get custom cards.
Because as you say, like building a PC, you can actually do it kind of cheap.
Yeah.
So I'd like buy the parts individually and get a manufacturing process and buy in bulk.
Yeah.
Make it all really cheap manufacturing as possible. To be honest, I'm quite happy to abort the disk drive.
What, just download only?
Yeah. With all the memory dedicated to that, so nothing like, oh, what, you can download your music to your PS4. No, fuck that.
So it'd just be purely dedicated console.
Exactly. I don't want. Yeah, but even like the PlayStation and stuff, they got like apps and stuff. And I don't need any of that. Get a Fire TV stick if you want that. Starting from just $29.99. I think it's more than that, but
I think it's 35, isn't it?
35, whatever. I bought it for 20. Yeah. So no, get rid of all the photos and music and shit like that. Just purely games.
So you power on. Does it take you straight to your library?
Yeah.
Is it like the Steam layout where you've got like store, library, community?
Yeah, pretty much exactly
user?
like that. Yeah. It's got a console, but with a trackpad. No, sorry, it's got a remote, but with a trackpad. And
more like the PS4s,
but better. No, the PS4s is still quite difficult. Just so you can like use a cursor to like go around and enter things a bit easier. Or maybe even like it can connect to your phone as well, and you can use your phone as a mouse. So you can type on your phone as well.
Yeah.
I got a remote app for my phone that connects to my laptop, and you can use it to type from a distance because I'm lazy. Yeah, so something like that, so you don't have to type on, like typing on the PS4 remotes.
Yeah.
Is like just the worst.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd use that to find everything. Yeah. It doesn't need to be a massive. I'd go like max 500 gig to save money as well.
What, hard drive?
Yeah.
Games nowadays are big though. And
I
to be honest, don't think the space will be that expensive in a few years.
I don't know, because I think you should. I think you can be able to like. To be honest, Phil, I think like you play one game at a time, more or less, don't you?
So what would you say?
You
cloud saving.
Yeah.
For your
or
data.
yeah, you keep it on your account.
Yeah.
The games are always there. You can download them if you want, but like to save money on the big hard drive, you go down to like 500 or even probably less.
Really?
250.
Less?
Yeah. Just so like you can download one or two games at a time.
Yeah.
But I honestly I don't think it's a big. I don't want to download all my games at once.
Yeah.
Again, this is all to save money. I'm not that fussed about 4K because I think 1080 is still pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'd save money on that. Yeah, ditch the disc, and it's compact as well. So and plug and play. Maybe it probably would need like USB powering, but mostly you can just take it along to a friend's with a USB and a HDMI, and that's pretty much it.
How many controller ports would it have? I mean, it's going to be wireless, I guess.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
But it's going to be 4 controllers? Or would you go higher, if you could?
Well, I don't know, because with the 150 quid entry price, I'd probably go 2 to start with.
No, I don't mean with the console.
Oh, compatibility?
Max. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably go like 4 or 6, maybe.
Yeah.
But no, it'd be fun, yeah. I'd enjoy that. What else would I do? What else would I do? What else would I do? Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple, but
You've pretty closely described Steam machines, actually.
they're still quite expensive, aren't they?
They are, because
Yeah.
they're made by like quite high-end gaming companies like Alien.
Yeah. Oh, and I know this is more the games itself, but like I'd like more offline stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Split screen.
No, forced online modes or whatever. You just download it from
That's
the
it,
online.
No, I'd like that.
Yeah.
That'd be my ideal console.
Yeah, that sounds a little bit like Steam machines, a little bit like that thing, the Ouya, that got crowdfunded a few
To be honest,
years ago.
I think Steam Machines has actually got a lot of potential, and when they do start bringing out budget Steam Machines from smaller companies and stuff, I think that'd be great.
If I ever reached a point where I needed like a laptop for work and couldn't really afford to keep up with having a gaming PC like I have now, then possibly I could see a point for a Steam machine, like as a good middle ground.
No, that's it. Yeah.
I mean, I'd have my laptop for work be cheap and compact. That means I could have a dedicated gaming machine, which was connected to years worth of accumulating games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd do that.
Yeah. So I think, that'd be good. I mean, this has been a bit of a briefer discussion this week, but I don't think there's... For what the topics we had, I think it was more of just a bit of an interesting question and answer.
That's right, yeah. No, it's interesting to discuss. And as I said earlier during the news, like that new Nintendo console, that new/old Nintendo console is actually something... It's not far off what I would actually really want for a console. It's quite simple, fun, multiplayer, plug and play.
I hope people support, and I hope it does enough that they do like one for the SNES and one for the N64.
Yeah, and then like Nintendo, like by being up to date but nodding to the past this year, would have had really, really good year with the Pokemon Go keeping like fresh up to date.
Yeah.
And then that Nintendo to hark back to their original times, and I think they'll be on a roll from there.
Yeah, I think they're setting the stage for an X. Like they're just getting people, they're reminding of the origins.
Yeah.
Before they bring in the next one.
Yeah.
Possibly the NX will call back a lot to their past.
That's it.
Which seems to be what they're doing a bit recently. More than usual, because that is Nintendo's motto. It's nostalgia in a cartridge.
But no, good job, Nintendo. You've had a good year.
Yeah, it's been going alright.
God, they'll have like a couple of years ago, they're kind of sort of starting to die out a little bit, I'd say. Not dying out, but
they had the Wii, which
they
obviously
weren't so relevant a couple of years back.
The problem was when they went from the GameCube to the Wii, the Wii is the same power as the GameCube.
Yeah.
Whereas the other two moved on.
Yeah.
So they stopped playing the power race.
Yeah.
And since then they've been trying to play catch up with the Wii U. But the thing is, the Wii U is different architecture and it's fundamentally different, so they couldn't get a lot of game ports. So you lose a lot of third-party support, which a lot of people care about.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you've only got the money for one console, you want to be able to play as many games as possible.
Of course, yeah.
Not everyone has the privilege of, say, a gaming PC or something like that.
No. But now they've got a film coming out of Pokemon. They've got Pokemon Go. They've got the classic console. They're bringing out a next-gen console.
I think NX could be... It probably won't cater to everyone. That's impossible, but... I think if it gets back the third-party support, it's decently powered, not like... It doesn't need to be the most powerful ever.
No.
And it has just a good line of games, because the thing is, people belittle the Wii U, but it has a decent number of good games. Like, this version of Smash and Mario Kart would be great.
It's enjoyable, yeah, certainly.
Like, it's had good Donkey Kong Country game. I mean, they're the same IPs. It needs more new IPs as well, like Splatoon.
Yeah.
But Splatoon was hugely popular. So, yeah.
That's a throwback to our first ever podcast, isn't
it? Yeah. You're a squid now.
You're a kid now.
Yeah.
That one.
So, yeah. I think
that's been a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, we're ending on a rather optimistic note.
Wow. You're a dick!
And they're back to Cynical. So, that has been our podcast for this week.
It certainly has.
Join us next week, where the topic will be a review of the Killing Joke animated film, which we're going to go see in a few days.
So looking forward to that.
I'm really looking forward to it. In the meantime, check out the blog on synoptblog.blogspot.com.
Nice.
Or we might move it in the future. It's not proven to be the nicest place. Or the most convenient, shall we say.
No.
For a Google product, it's rather
#editing
unpolished.
from an iPad is impossible.
But yes, last week's column was by me. It was on Dragon Ball Super, reviewing its first year. And on this Wednesday, 2 days' time, will be Nick's next one.
2 days. Oh yeah, of course, because the podcast goes out on Monday.
Yeah.
Will be my next one, which will be on. Insert topic here.
It will be on something great.
Yeah.
And then on Fridays, as always, we are playing through Star Wars, the Clone Wars Republic Heroes.
That's the one.
On this channel. So if you like the sound of that, subscribe. If you like the sound of the blogging topics, click the link in the description. And we will see you next week for The Killing Joke. I've been Phil.
And I've been Nick.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.